So I want to start this video off by saying I could say the Steelers should be, looked at for fraud because, they were 6-5 and this team should not be 6-5. But that's not even what I'm going to say they're fraud for. They're fraud because they should be starting Mason Rudolph instead of Mr. Trubisky. All right, it's Christmas time, and I think the NFL needs to suspend everyone in the Steelers, especially for that Week 16 game versus the Bengals, because that is fraud, okay? You are going to fraud us out of watching Mason Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, on primetime football, and you're going to let us watch Mitchell Trubisky? That should be illegal, what I just watched. Holy crap, was that game boring. I mean, Pittsburgh, I understand. Listen, AFC North, anytime AFC North team plays, it's always boring. But holy crap, Pittsburgh. Did you even want to try in the first half? Like, did you want to show up in the first half at all? Whew, oh my gosh. Okay, well, anyway, 21-10 at halftime, right? This game should not have been as close as it really was. The Patriots should have done anything in the second half, but they decided not to. And shout out to the Pittsburgh Steelers defense for that. Pittsburgh ended up scoring 8 points at the end, and they almost tied the game up to, potentially go to overtime. So, in the end here, listen, Pittsburgh, you lost your quarterback for the year. If you had Kenny Pickett in this game, I think you guys win this game. You do. But, just like us, we had Jake Browning, we didn't have Joe Burrow. And the problem was, we had Jake Browning before his evolution. But we had him in his pre-evolution stage when he was just learning how to play football as a starter. Now we have him in, Jake Browning EX, right? Now we have him in the top stage. So week 16, we're gonna have to talk. No, on a real note, though, yeah, this is insane. Pittsburgh, you guys been squeaking by on a lot of games this year where you guys probably should have lost, okay? You got past a lot of these teams. And the Patriots are one of those teams. Go back to the whole entire history. It's always been a battle. Pittsburgh versus Patriots. Patriots-Pittsburgh. Patriots-Pittsburgh. You go back to the Big Ben game where, let's be honest, the tight end for the Steelers caught the touchdown, but they caught an incomplete pass, and it was intercepted the next play later. That was a catch. That was a touchdown. The refs took it away from Pittsburgh, gave it to New England. Now, again, like I said, I hate both of these teams. I want to make that clear. So you might, you're defending Pittsburgh. Yeah, but I also hate New England. This is like a hate either way. It's like I hate New England, I hate Pittsburgh. It's the same thing, So, but again, like I said, this is the age-old thing. Pittsburgh, you guys always have problems versus this team. And I knew if there was one team that had a bad record that could take care of you, it would be this team. And right now, Pittsburgh, you're still not last in the division. That's us, okay? That's us right here. That's us, yeah! Well, I'm happy about that. But now we're all back down to earth. And we can all slowly start coming back to life, okay? Because moving forward, everyone now in the AFC North has backup quarterbacks, except for Baltimore. And now that you guys lost, you guys give us a 2% chance more to make the playoffs. And we appreciate that, because we're going to go win the Super Bowl. And I think I am more convinced ever right now that we're going to go win the Super Bowl ever than before. We're going to win out. We're going to win out. And you might say, well, you're just overconfident in Jake Browning. I'm not overconfident in Jake Browning. I think Jake Browning is the real deal. I do. And I was the guy who said, you know what? Hey, listen, we'll see how it goes, see how he does. And I'm not trying to overhype him. And no, I understand completely. He might not be perfect the rest of this year. He might not be perfect every single game, every single play. He's probably not going to be. But at the end of the day, I think he is the real deal as a solid backup who can win games. I'm not saying he's going to be Nick Foles, but I'm saying he's going to be a solid player for us. Now, we could lose to the Chiefs game. It's very possible we lose to the Chiefs game. But as long as things go our way, we're going to be in the dance. We're going to be in the playoffs. And there's not many teams I'm scared when we get in there. We should have beat Houston. We should have beat Pittsburgh. Right now, we should have been 12-5. Now, we should be 12-5 at the end of the season right now. But again, like I said, it's woulda, coulda, shoulda, right? That's all that matters. At the end of the day, it's woulda, coulda, shoulda. Well, guess what? Woulda, coulda, shoulda get into the Super Bowl. And woulda, coulda, shoulda beat the 49ers in the Super Bowl. I don't know why, but I have this feeling that we're going to, and again, Chargers beat Broncos this week, Jets beat Texans. I don't think that's going to happen, I'll be honest with you. But Chiefs beat Bills is very possible. You know, we could walk out of this week with a lot better of a chance to make the playoffs. I mean, and I say a lot better, I mean drastically. So Colts win. Obviously, we beat the Colts. We walk out of this week this week with 10 more percentage points to make the playoffs. We beat the Vikings next week, and things go our way. For example, let's say the Bears beat the Browns, which I think could happen. Lions beat the Broncos. Let's say the Colts beat the Steelers. I think that's very possible. What I just watched, I think that's possible. Cowboys beat the Bills. Titans beat the Texans. You know, Raiders beat the Chargers. We're sitting at a 39, 38, 37% chance to make the playoffs. This is now a realistic possibility. And I thought if the Steelers won tonight, I'd be like, you know what? We can still make the playoffs, but it's a little tougher now because the division's getting a little closer. No, it's not. It's not. We beat Pittsburgh head-to-head. Things are going to start making sense. Vikings beat the Raiders. Okay. Falcons beat the Colts. Patriots beat the Broncos. Bills beat the Chargers. Texans beat the Browns. Jets beat the Browns. Bengals, Chiefs, obviously, but let's say Seahawks beat the Steelers. Those case scenarios happen. We're sitting at a 99.9% chance going into Week 17 to make the playoffs. We are going to get to the playoffs. We're going to go to the playoffs. And I'm not saying once we get to the playoffs, we're automatically going to go win the Super Bowl, but I think we can win. And I think we can win in the playoffs. And it's that, you know, it's that momentum, that factor of everyone going to rally together behind Jake, and we're going to go all the way. And that might be a delusional fact. That might be a delusional take. That might be something that you think, oh, there's no way in heck that could ever happen. I think it can. And I think, you know, our division is slowly collapsing around us. And right now, we got hot when you need to get hot, which is the end of the season. We beat Jacksonville, an 8-3 team. Now we play the Colts. We can win that game. We beat the Vikings. Get hot, get hot, get hot. We beat the Steelers. Get hot, get hot, get hot. Chiefs game's going to be tough, but if we're on a cruise sailing mission at that time, skate by the Chiefs and get past the Browns. The Browns have a backup quarterback, no Nick Chubb. We're going to the playoffs at that point, you know, 11-6? And we're feeling more confident than ever. We get a wild card game. We'll probably be playing the 4th seed, potentially. I mean, actually, no, we would be the 5th seed here. But in the end, I think we'll probably be the 4th or 7th seed. So we'll play the 4th seed. Who's going to be the 4th seed? Texans? No, it's going to be the West. Okay, so the West, the East. It's probably going to be the Dolphins, number 1. Ravens, number 2. Number 3 is going to be the Chiefs, and number 4 is going to be, so number 4. We're playing either Jacksonville or we're playing against the Jags or the Texans. And we beat the Jags head-to-head. I think we can beat the Texans. I think we should have beat them the first time. Tyler Boyd caught a touchdown. Get past that game. Now we're divisional. Okay, no, that's going to be a little bit tougher, right? Now we're going to be probably playing the Chiefs or the Ravens. Or we get very lucky, and we don't, and instead we play something like, I don't know, the, actually, no, we would play the Chiefs no matter what. We play the Dolphins no matter what because of number 1 seed. If we win our wild card, we'll play the Dolphins no matter what. Or we'll play whoever number 1 seed is, which, again, Dolphins, Ravens, or Chiefs. Let's say we play the Dolphins. It's going to be a tough game. It really will be. But maybe we could skate by. Something happens. Something crazy happens. You get to the championship. Then you're probably playing, you know, the Ravens or the Chiefs. We beat the Chiefs. Super Bowl. Just, I don't know. I haven't thought that far for the Super Bowl, okay? I haven't gotten there yet mentally. Super Bowl is going to be interesting. Because I could give you the rundown how we do everything else, but the Super Bowl is going to be an interesting one. That one is going to be a Joe Mixon wins the game for us. Chase Brown, Super Bowl MVP. Now, on a real note, though, guys, this is step one. And everything right now is falling into place in our dominoes to have Jake Brown go win a Super Bowl. It's going to happen. Get ready. Get set. Let's get it.